Welcome. I'm Janelle Kolaski, a career mindset coach and actor.
And I'm Amanda Dubois, a self-authenticity and prosperity life coach and actor as well. And we're your co-host of Mindset Artistry YouTube channel,
where we teach you the art of discovering and using your mindset
to build a career and life you desire.
Jump right in. So we're going to talk about supportship. And the reason why I decided to talk about supportship and just inner circle was because, and I've talked about this before in a reel, is that especially for women, there's this sense of competition. That if someone, another woman or another female has something that I want, that there's not enough space for me, that I want to get what they have versus creating something for myself and knowing that it's possible and accessible for me. You know, so I wanted to really talk about that dialogue that we have, because I think, you know, society has pit us against each other, you know, and I talked about this last year as well during Mental Health Awareness Month with men and also other women who feel this way and what they do as far as self-care. So you can go back to my IG TVs and check that out. And supportship. And the reason why I also wanted to do this is because Janelle has been such a pillar for my support. And she is a part of my inner circle, and it's taken a long time, but I'm so grateful. And it has allowed a space of growth, a space of vulnerability, a space of just a support that is genuine, yet doesn't feel like I have to reciprocate it. It's not expected, which means it's more meaningful to me because it's not expected and it's genuinely done and it's not forced. So tell me about your thoughts on supportship or inner circle.
Yeah, it can be hard to find, you know, because the reason people feel jealousy or have a scarcity mindset, like you brought up, society puts that on us a lot. But I really feel deep down that's not truly how people want to live, because that's not a great feeling. And it really comes down to a fear that there isn't enough work for you, or you are not enough. That is all that it comes down to. Those are really the only reasons why you wouldn't support someone else, because I truly believe there's enough for everyone. And so for me, like, had a lot of friends, and I'm very friendly and I love people, but I just noticed that I was being very supportive and it wasn't always returned to me. And it's not like, you know, I'm always saying it's not that these people are bad. I think there's a lot of hurt people out there, and it can be good if someone's doing well and that makes you feel some type of way. That tells you about yourself. That tells you there's something in you to heal, which is a really beautiful thing, because then you can go get yours. But I just learned that it's better to just have a small group of people that are really supportive rather than all these people. But, you know, Amanda knows it's hard because I'm like a puppy dog. I want to be friends with everyone because I love people. But
you do.
Yeah, but you are like the people around you. The average of the 5 people you surround yourself with, I'm sure many of us have heard that, and it is very true. And so it's very important that you surround yourself with people that don't have a scarcity mindset, that don't have that. It's good to be competitive, but you're competitive with yourself. I'm always like, how can I be better? How can I be a better version of Janelle? Because even if I'm trying to be competitive against other people, they're different people. I will never be them. So why am I competing against them? I got to compete against myself. So it's very important to have a group of women. For me, because I'm a woman, you can have men too, I guess. But for women, as you said, society makes it a little weird sometimes. To find a group that you feel safe and comfortable in, because otherwise your energy is just going to be taken away from you in a bad way. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love that. You know, also, you know, this goes back to obviously our previous episodes about what your values are, because if you understand what your values are, then you know what your inner circle is going to look like and what you would need to help support you in your steps forward and what you want your life to feel like, right? You don't want to be in a situation with friends, these so-called friends, and feel uncomfortable, or they say something snooty about you and you feel insecure because maybe you're not really comfortable with something about yourself and they're pointing it out in a negative way, or, you know, and we've all had that kind of situation happen, whether you're a man or a woman, right? Yeah, we've all had that situation. It is what it is. But be honest that maybe, have those conversations. Here's the thing, be able to have those conversations with people in your inner circle about what your needs are and your values are. And again, it goes back to previous episodes of having those type of conversations, and then understanding of when to let go or know that they only serve a certain amount of energy in certain avenues of your life. And this is not a negative thing towards other people. Here's the thing. Also be aware of how support is different for people, because some people are very vocal about supporting you via on social media, telling other people. And then some people are very like quiet and like, hey, I support you. I may not post it on social media, but know that you can call me, you can text me, and I know I'm going to support you. I'll give you a call. But be aware of that, and don't set expectations on other people in your inner circle to support you the way that you feel that you need or want, because then you will be let down. That's just a matter of fact. Because I can tell you from a perfect example, if I feel like someone's forcing me to support them, I probably will be more deterred than anything else, because it wouldn't feel genuine. That's just how I am. It's nothing against that person. I can support them, and I will always be there for my friends. But if I feel like, why are you not doing it publicly? And you should, it would really deter me, because then for me, our friendship is not about our personal connection. It's about proving to the world that we're friends, right? I don't need to prove to the world that we're friends. I have a very tight inner circle, and I don't need to tell anybody else in the world that they're my best friends and I support them. Yeah, I will if I feel it genuinely. But and my friends know this, and my friends understand that. Like, I will go MIA for like 3 months, but they know they can call me anytime, text me anytime, and I will pick up. It's just, I get caught up in my own world, and there's nothing against them. And this is where it's really important to have these conversations with people and accept people for who they are. And if they're not serving the way you want your life to look like, then it's okay to let them go, or just not have them around so often. But accept them for who they are and let them be. Don't judge them, because it's not going to help. Don't belittle them. Again, like Nell said, people have different ways of healing, right? And also different ways of communicating, and understand that as well. So, and that's kind of going deeper into your circle. And I guess as we've gotten older, Nell will tell you there's certain people that have difficulty of communicating their feelings, and that's okay. But be open to having those type of conversations. So ideally, now, like, when it comes to your inner circle, what's something that you value most?
I would say I value the feeling of being safe, because many times growing up, like, if I'm your friend, I'm very giving, I'm very loving, I want the best for you. How can I help you get there? But there were many years where there was that whole frenemy thing. It's not something I was into. It's just sometimes it finds you. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And so you would put your trust in a person that you could be yourself and to share things, and then and they would use it against you or go behind your back and do all these things. And so for me, that's not very supportive, and that's not something that I would do, because I don't have the time. So that's something that I really look for. Just that I can trust you and I can be myself.
Yeah, that's a really big one for me as well, a safe space. And as well as just appreciating me for who I am, like knowing that, how I show up is just who I am, and then not judging me for it. Because, my friends know me, they know my personality, and they accept me. There's the energies that I have, the honesties that I have, the bluntness that I may have, sometimes just the quiet moments where I'm just looking, I'm like, you get it. I don't say anything, but you get it. And so they understand and appreciate me. For me, it's what I value most, on top of safe space, is really just accepting me for who I am. And that comes down to like loving that person, and loving, oh, we love you too, Mel. Oh, I love you, love you, love you, love you. I didn't necessarily know how to create a sacred space for people earlier in my years, because I just didn't understand what it meant, right? And that goes back to self-care and understanding what you want. And I'll be honest, I didn't know. I was just kind of going through the motions. I really, you know, I have 5 or 6 friends that I've had for many years, but we've grown up and we've been through so many things, so many years together, that we've allowed each other to grow and be honest. But I'll tell you right now, the person that I am today is totally different than what I was back then, but yet I'm still the same, if that makes sense. You know, how has your circle changed from when you were younger, let's say high school to college to now? Like, are there your childhood friends that you have in your circle still, or they just kind of separated and live their own life?
Because I move a lot, I would say I really only have 2 of my childhood friends, and they're the kind of friends that you can call up when you need them. But I wouldn't say I'm as close to them now. The feelings are still there, but they're not like people that I'm talking to every day. But it's really nice with those people because, you know, they know me my whole life. So like I can really be myself. Like they don't care about my accomplishments. Like they care like good job, and we're proud of you, but they're not like, okay, what are you doing? What can you do for me? Which is very New York City. And I hear it's really LA. And so I just like that I can bask in that, like just comfortability and presence and safe space. And I really love what you said about people growing, or you are growing. And I think that's also really nice, having a good support ship that people grow with you. Just last week, you know, I was running into friends that I'd known years ago, and we're all different, I think, especially if you're continuing to work on yourself. And just a comment they made to me kind of made me sad, because it doesn't matter. People could mean well, but this is something I'm learning. The subconscious always says the truth. I'm going to say that again. People can mean well, but their subconscious will always tell you the truth. So I don't think these people meant to hurt me, but what they said to me shows me, oh, you haven't grown with me. You think I'm still that girl in a situation or whatever. We can't be friends, you know? And I love them. I still love them. I still think they're amazing, but I've just paid a lot more attention to that and who I surround me, because it's not that I don't forgive them, but it's just like people tell you where they're at. You always hear, oh, a man will tell you where he's at. That's very true. But everybody will tell you where they're at. So they can either say something very kind, but it's like the actions and words don't match it. Or they can say something not so kind, and they might seem kind of nice, but there's this weird energy with it. So I think it's really important to find people that grow with you. And I also like people that pull me up. I don't want to be the best in my group of people. I'm not going to grow that way.
Right. I definitely agree with you on that. I love the people that, you know, supporting you and building you up, but you also want to expand your inner circle with people who are way more successful than you. And it's not a competition, but they're going to teach you things, and they're going to push you to do better and be better and go for the fearless things, right? If you want to be rich, find a rich friend, or not find, but genuinely make connections with people who are rich or where you want to be, so that you can learn from them. And not everybody wants to share, so understand that too, and know when to walk away as well, and be honest, because not everybody wants to share their wealth and knowledge. So, and don't take that, you know, try not to take that personal, because that's just them. You never know what they've experienced beforehand. Everyone has a story before the day they met you, and their story will go on after you. So understand that and be aware of that. They're still writing their story. But, you know, find people in the field that you want to be in, right? And you know, explore what they know. You should always be wanting to learn. And your inner circle, that now this is going back to your support ship. Excuse me, I'm babbling today. Support ship is about people who are going to encourage you to go beyond what you think you're capable of. Right. So perfect example, you know, Nell and I, we're not competing, but she'll tell me I'm doing something, like she's doing something like amazing. I'm like, oh, wow, you know what? I should try something that amazing in my own version of it, you know, getting me out of my comfort zone, like surfing. These are the type of people that you kind of want. Yes, there are certain things that you may not want to do, and that's absolutely okay. But life is about being in the present and living. And if you want to be successful or enjoy life to the fullest, this is the beauty about being human. We can try it. We can try it and do it and try it, because what happens if it doesn't work out? It's okay. There's so many other things that can. And it may not work out now, but it will work out later. And it takes practice. And, I love that, you talk about building like a team around you, a support ship that's going to elevate you. And it's not that they don't accept you for who you are currently. It's about putting you in a position to learn, right? And I love that, expand past your normal patterns and routines. And absolutely, if you are tired of the life that you're living now, you're like, I don't understand why things aren't working out for me, I don't understand why I'm not getting to the next level, then it's because whatever you have been doing has not been working. It's gotten you up to this particular moment, this point. But now you need to expand that. You need to figure out what new things you can add to your repertoire that will get you to that level. And that is being vulnerable, being honest. And in order to do that, you got to have this conversation with your friends. Like, hey, I'm struggling with something. What are your thoughts? You don't have to take everything that someone says, but ask them, what are your thoughts? Do you know someone that maybe be in this field, that has knowledge? What are you listening to? What podcasts? What books have you been reading? Have you traveled? Yeah. What places have you been? Because I've been dying to go. Let me know. Be curious, and then also be open.
Yeah. And thank you. I'm glad that I've inspired you to surf. And Amanda teaches me so much. What I would say that I learned the most from Amanda is how to get it together. Because usually, like, I'm really good at like business tasks and things, and Amanda is as well. But I don't know, like kind of like in my day-to-day life, she's very organized. She's got like a really cool her like wardrobe, her hair, her makeup, her room, everything like looks really good. And I'm like a Tasmanian devil, and I'm out here dropping motorcycles and and so I think with your support ship, it's like you learn from each other, which is really nice. And so and you'll find that it's like, and it's constantly going to evolve. Like I said, are people going to grow with you in your support ship, or is it going to be like, they're going here and you're not with them anymore, or maybe it's something to always kind of pay attention to. I constantly evaluate myself. I'm like, okay, people have been helping me a lot. What can I do for them? And it's really finding people that have that attitude, that have the desire. And you will have the desire with the right people. It's like any relationship. People talk about romantic relationships all the time, but it's kind of the same thing. It's like, what does the other person need and how can you help them? And, we have everything within us to help ourselves. But I also don't believe that we were meant to walk through this world, this earth, just alone. I don't believe that that's how it's supposed to be. So I think that's what that can be really beautiful about it. And I have a friend that she's doing better in an area than I am currently. And like, yeah, my first instinct was like, oh man, like I want to be there. But then I was like, all right, but it's her time. And my time is coming. And so you want to find other people like that. You're human. When someone else in your support ship gets something that you don't, and something you're working towards, you're going to feel some type of way. But what do you do with that? If you truly love them and you're truly supportive of them and they're supportive of you, it's very healthy and normal to be like, oh man, like, oh, I want that too, damn. But it's coming for me, and I'm here for them, and I'm happy for them. And that tells you a lot. Like, do you truly care about your friends? Are you in the right friend group? Do they truly care about you? And I don't think it's like, I don't like to say people are good or bad, or I just think there's behaviors, positive, negative behaviors that people have based on the pain that they're going through and how they project on others or what their journey is. And so it's just really finding those people that are on the level with you,
Yeah. I love that. I love that, because I'll be honest, I have been in situations where I've like seen people in a level, and thank you for your honesty now about that, like seeing your friend of yours who's excelling in a level where you want to be like, damn, that that's where I want to be. And I know I can do that. And I've had that split second of going, like that jealousy urging up, you know, a little bit. And then I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. That's not the truth. One, if I love this person and support this person, I'm happy for them because, again, like you said, my time is coming. And all it shows me is that the opportunities are out there for you. That's the thing. Like, if someone is successful or has an opportunity, then it means there's opportunities for you as well. It just may not be your time at that moment, or maybe you really have to sit down and go, okay, what do I need to do? Like, sit down with yourself instead of seeking out external validation or external confirmation. Really sit down with yourself and go, okay, if I want something, like say if I want that, I don't know, that raise or that job or whatever you want to move, what is it that I need to do in order to get there? What are the possible steps? What's the goal? And then planning out the steps to get there. And take your time too, because, and we talked about this before, when you rush, you can either miss something, or you can get overwhelmed, or you'll get disappointed because it didn't happen as quickly as you thought it was. And then if you do happen to bump into something or fall or so-called fail, you'll get even more disappointed, and then you'll get deterred, right? You'll be like, oh, well, failure is terrible. I can't do it. I'm not worthy of this. You'll start internalizing those type of negative thoughts that are going to reflect in all other avenues of your life. Understand that too, is that what your opinion about one thing is going to also transition into other things in your life, whether it's friends, love. And I love that you said that people don't necessarily think about friendship as romanticized, but our friendship is love. It's based in love. And if you're not willing to admit how much you love yourself, you know, then it'll be a bit difficult to love other people and appreciate them as well. And then it becomes a competition because you're not valuing your individuality. You're not valuing your talents and skills and beauty and grace and all these things. You're comparing all of that to someone else's. And guess what? That's not you. You will never be them. I will never be Nell. And I love that because Nell, that brings something into my life that I don't have. And that's beautiful. Yet there's some attributes that she does have that I have as well, which makes us connect so perfectly. But I love that because she is a gift for me as I am for her. And this is where it comes down to being honest. Like, yeah, I'm a gift for people. Let me tell you something. Having me in your life, honey, I am a gift, and it will be a gift that will keep on giving. But I understand that other people are a gift to me as well. I don't devalue their gift for me because every interaction I have is an opportunity to learn, to expose something beautiful, to bestow upon me a gift and bestow upon them a gift. And that's where you have to be rooted in who you are. And then when you are thinking about other people as a gift, you value them more. And you appreciate them for who they are and what they've done and how they got to where they are versus how can I get, like, why don't I have what they have?
You don't got the time. That's why I try to tell people. You don't have the time. Like it's like funny because for me, I'm very loving of other people and I want good things for them. But then it would become about like, I'm not even thinking about them anymore. I'm thinking about how I don't have it and wasting time on that. It wasn't even like me being mad they had it. Like, I'm like, oh, good, they have it. But like, I'm like, oh my God, I don't. And then something I've just, you just don't have the time. Like Thursday, I was just told I went to like an energy healing session and she was like, you have to be 100% you. You want to take care of your brother, you have to be 100% you. And you hear that all the time, but obviously that comes with people leaving your life or opportunities not being in your life. But the thing is, you know, the girl that got the thing, that was meant for her. That was never meant for me. Like that would never, and if I'm fully myself, what's meant for me will come. Like you cannot not get what's coming to you if you're completely yourself. If you have a desire to do it, you fully lean into that and who you are with integrity, light, and love, I say, because that's what we need in this world.
Yep.
You will really find yours too. But the longer you spend this time looking at everybody else and thinking, oh, maybe you're jealous, or even if you're not, like sending negative vibes, you're wasting your time. And so that's what I'm always trying to encourage people, like, just focus on you and support others. And if you find that they're not supporting you back, love and light and move on. And please, there's a lot going on in this world right now. It makes me a little emotional. I don't know, but we need love, okay? We don't need this. Take that negativity you're feeling and turn it into yourself and make yourself better. We don't need that. We don't need people out there. Just work on healing yourself. Not only is that good for everybody around you, but that's good for you. The time you're spending hating, being mean to other people, wanting what other people have is not yours to begin with. It's just only really taking away from you. You know, I had a friend that she'd hold grudges. And I'm like, does that really make you feel better? She said, yeah. I'm like, but those people, that doesn't touch them.
Mm-hmm.
The world needs love. We all have been seeing the news. We all been seeing crazy stuff going on in New York City and other parts of the world. And it really comes down to you just paying attention to yourself and loving yourself. You start with you. That's how you get what you need and what you want, what you're meant to do. And that is how you have a positive impact on everybody else.
Absolutely. I love that. And you're so in tune with that loving energy. And I love that. I do believe that, you know, we need to lead with love and kindness. There is so much pain out there. Everybody is dealing with something. And so I wouldn't say, you know, have empathy, but just be aware that people are going through shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad, but so many people are suffering and they don't know how to let it go or where to put it or have a sacred space like we're providing for you to be honest and let it, you know, let it go and let it out and talk it out and not be judged. Right? You know, in society today, we get judged for crying. Let me tell you, I cry all the time when I'm happy, sad, angry.
Every
I am
day.
a crier. And I think it's the most healthy thing because I used to hold my cries in all the time because I thought it was a sign of weakness. But now I cry and embrace it because it's a form of releasing and letting go for me. And like you said, holding on to those emotions, that anger is not going to serve you. It only brings you down. Being angry at somebody else is only going to affect you. It's not going to affect them, which is literally not going to affect their life at all. They moved on probably. They forgot the whole thing and let you go. I'm sorry. You're probably not that important to them. They have their other situations going on as well. And so for you to hold on to that anger is only going to affect you. And then again, like I said, it's going to transition to every other aspect of your life. It's going to affect your loving relationships with people that you have every day. You're going to start projecting that negativity on them, that anger on them when they have nothing to do with that situation. And so it's a great reminder just to lead with kindness and love. And I love what you said. I want to go back to as a friendship and supportship is how can I serve my friends? And I know serve sounds very laborish and sounds very like, submissive. It's not, has nothing to do with that. It's all about perspective. Remember that. I'm all about perspective. It's about how can I uplift someone else, put a smile on their face, give them advice or, help them in a way that I overcame something. So how can I help them? Or maybe I was offered a job and I'm not going to take it or I wasn't qualified enough, but I know someone else who is. I know someone else who's going to kill that job and I'm going to offer it to them. And guess what? I impacted their life so they can move that. They can send it forward. It's about paying it forward because all that energy also gets repaid back to you. And that will exude in all that you do and how you present yourself and show up in every situation you come upon. And so I love that you reminded me and reminded everyone to just lead with kindness and love. And, just going back to supportship, don't be afraid to have vulnerable conversations. I think it's okay whether you're male, female, whoever you are, you're human. We all have emotions. We all have, things that have happened in our past that, affect us today. Just be open to having those conversations and understand that not everybody's going to receive it the same. And that's okay. That is absolutely okay. And it's up to you how you handle that situation. You can let it go. Remember, we are in control of how we react. We are in control of our emotions and feelings and situations. We are in control. You are the creator and you create your world. So when you have control or you're in tuned and aligned and calm, you will be more open to any situation and then letting go. And it's hard.
Well, I was gonna say, I just laughing at myself because I'm not shaming anybody. Guys, I know it's hard out there. Amanda knows I'm a fighter, not in like a start, fight, bully type of way, but I'm very like protective. And if something's happening, or also like I was taught to stand up for myself. Not that people are bad, but like voice how you feel. And so it was really funny the other day, like something was happening that really got under my skin because it was like kind of like a power move. And I was like really mad. I'm not gonna lie. So it was very important to process your feelings. And I said out loud to everybody, I was like, everybody is doing the best we can. We are all doing the best we can. We're all doing the best we can. And I was just kept saying it out loud. And people kind of looked at me funny, but I didn't care. Because I was like, okay, you're being rude because you don't like your job, because that job is hard. I wouldn't want that job. That's tough. And then you have to deal with jerks all day. Okay. People being mean. And then this is going on and this is going on. I don't want this treatment because I didn't do shit to you, but we're all doing the best we can. But it's like you said, you have control. Like I'm trying to be less reactive. As a fighter, you're very reactive. It's all how you come up. I come up that way. And then if you are angry, process it. Cry. The tears are good. But then like let it go. You know, everything is different, but like I really, it's tough for me. But I try not to hang on to anything more than a day, because I don't want people to not process things. But then, like life keeps moving.
That's the thing. Life will always keep going, with or without you. And anybody will tell you that, especially the older ones. Life will keep going, whether it's with your permission or not. It's going to keep moving forward, and you have to learn how to move forward with it. And then within that moving forward and that momentum is being present with yourself and always stand up for yourself. Like I am all about that. Like, you know, F what people say, you know, whether you're family, friends, or whoever, I'm that person. Like if you are being toxic or you're saying, you know, you're reacting to me in a negative way and I didn't do anything, I'm just showing up, then I will walk away from you and I will tell you, like, I don't know what you're doing right now, but it has nothing to do with me. So I'm going to walk away and I'm going to choose myself. Like, because I didn't do anything and I don't deserve that. I don't care who you are, whether you're family or friends, they know that about me, especially as I've gotten older and I've realized like, I don't have time for it. I don't have, like Nell said, you don't have the time. When you're trying to find who you are and your life's purpose and your love and you're leading with kindness and you have all these businesses that you're moving forward with and inspiring to accomplish, you really don't have time for the bullshit. You just don't. You just don't. And that's why it's very important to really cultivate and create a tight inner circle that's going to support you in those situations. Because when you can't handle shit like that, like, or like it's just popping up, you have either a friend to talk to, you know, somewhere to go. And then that's when it also comes down to self-care and your inner work and really like, all right, like Nell was doing, you know, it has nothing to do with me. Like everyone's, you know, having that dialogue and realizing that how people are reacting to you has nothing to do with you. So remembering those mantras, have a mantra every day, create a mantra, create an affirmation that's going to help you in these situations to overcome.
What are your thoughts about this episode?
Drop it in the comments and let us know what you want to dive into next.
Subscribe, like, share, and click the link below to book a free consultation. And
We'll see you next time.